Good evening, Fernwood. It is your idiotic Aesop Neil, and it's time for us to enjoy another fable of Mary Hartman, Mary Hartman. We are watching June 17th, 1977's episode. That's episode 315. We have 10 episodes after today's. Woo! Let's take a look back at yesterday. George Shumway has started running a bookie joint out of his home and has been taking bets for the Bugs Massacre Slattery versus Svetlana the Svelty match. George is mad that Mac is taking a date at the Capri Lounge that evening, and Martha is mad because the callers are rude. They get a visit from Heather, who says that she is going to move to Las Vegas and become a stripper, and Martha invites Heather to move in, which would be all well and good if the Shumways could pay their bills, as is evidenced when the phone gets cut off. Next door in the Hartman kitchen, Mary gets an unexpected visit from Nat Dearborn, the lawyer who represented Tom in his murder trial just a month before. Nat was directed to Mary by Wanda Jeter, who suggests that Tom and Mary will be getting a divorce. Mary isn't intending to get a divorce anytime soon, so she sends Nat on his way with thanks for Wanda for thinking of her. Over at the Capri Lounge, Max Slattery finds his date and he comes bearing gifts. Svetlana shares her sob stories and then goes to freshen up when George comes in to harass Mac about being on a date. Svetlana introduces herself, and that causes George to spit out his cigar in surprise, and George has to explain to Mac and Svetlana that Bug Massacre Slattery and Svetlana the Svelte are on a date. If Mac loses the fight, George is gonna go completely broke, and not only that, Svetlana tells them if she loses the fight, then her father will die. And this pressure causes all three of them to reach for the vodka. Then we head back over to the Hartman kitchen where Mary and Tom are preparing for their reunion tomorrow. Mary is overjoyed that they get to relive some of their youth. And this brings up a question: what would have happened if Tom had married someone else? Tom's answer is that Mary might probably be much happier than she is today. Tom admits that he knows that Mary is unhappy, and he knows that Mary is considering running away with Dennis. He says that he's a face that always has belonged in Fernwood, and he's starting to see that Mary is someone who probably doesn't belong there at all. And Mary is shocked to hear this because she's still holding on to this marriage to Tom. He assures her that he loves her and that he wants her to be happy, and that her chance at happiness would be to run away with Dennis. And he gets up and lingers for a moment and leaves Mary with something to consider. Everyone, it is Friday. We have some big events coming up today. I don't know exactly what's going to happen, but I sure am excited to find out.
Mary Hartman! Mary Hartman!
All right, Mac. This is the big one.
But George,
No buts, no buts. Now listen. You are Bugs Massacre Slattery. The guy with the best toehold in the Midwest, except for Boots Campbell in Indianapolis. Now listen. The first thing you do, get a good stranglehold on her, right? I don't want you to get upset by this, but every cent I've got, plus a lot I don't got, is riding on you.
You know, Charlie, you really got to admire these fight promoters getting me to come down here and officiate today.
Well, ain't every day we get a celebrity in Fernwood.
That's for sure. You know, I think the American people might be ready for a really well-produced wrestling show, you know, with a lot of interesting faces and sweat, just like the golden age of television.
You really think so?
More than that, I know so. I'm not talking your straight Dennis James kind of wrestling show either, you know. In fact, I was thinking of maybe offsetting the violence of the fighting with a beautiful young singer. You know, we're talking all-American here. We're talking country and western.
So, listen, you want a sandwich? No? You want a sandwich? That'll be $1.
Here you are.
Thank you.
Keep selling, sweetheart. Because if Mac loses this fight, we lose all our worldly possessions, we're going to have to live off your profits.
Yeah, but Daddy, you might have to take over the business. If this pain doesn't stop in a few days, I'm gonna have to go and see a doctor.
You know something? I bet it's that tuna salad you've been eating. Try egg tomorrow.
Well, guess it's just about time to get the show on the road. Good evening, fight fans. This is Barth Gimbel. I'll be calling all the shots for you here tonight, giving you all the color commentary that will thrill and delight you.
I'll try, George. I swear I will. If I can just set my mind on it.
Yeah, listen, I know what it's like to go out there and try to tear the woman you love limb from limb.
I'm gonna give it my best shot, George.
Oh, please do. Because would you like to see the whole Shumway family living in abject poverty? Huh?
Come on, champ. Get in there and kill him, huh? Come on, champ. I know you can do it.
Yeah.
Okay, here we are, the moment you've all been waiting for. It's fight time. And on my left here, Svetlana the Svelte. I must admit she is. 5 feet, 14 inches tall, or 6'2", depending on how you're scoring it. 170 pounds. And to my right, Fernwood's very own Bug Massacre Slattery. Hey, let's be fair. 6'1", 210 pounds. I want you both in here now. I want you to shake hands. Now, I must insist on a fair fight. Okay? And to the victor goes the victory party, so keep that in mind, all right? Go back to your corners and come out wrestling. I think you're on my court. Okay. Just get this. Yeah, okay. Good, over you. Good. Okay, there's the bell for round one. Here they come. They're just feeling each other out right now. They're just feeling each other out. Bug seems to be pretty much in control here. She's shifting, she's shimmering. She's getting ready to go. She's getting ready to go. They're feeling each other out. There's a thrust, there's a thrust. There's a thrust. He's not doing his best. Now, he's coming at her. He's coming at her. They're just feeling each other out. Uh-oh, it's a takedown. She's got him in a... It's a half Nelson. No, it's a full hammer. What in the headlock? He's free. He's back on his feet, ladies and gentlemen. They're going at it again. All right, here they come. They're stalking each other. They're stalking. They're just feeling each other out here at the beginning of this fight. He's going for the head. Oh, no, there's a takedown. Mac is down. Mac is down. She's got him. Oh, she's got him in the first boy arm stretch. She's pushing hard. She's pushing hard. That's he's got one. He's got one down. No, he's off. He's off. He's off. He's rolled over. Now he's got her. He's slow getting up, and she knows it. She knows it. He's down in the back. That may be a dirty thing. I don't know. Now she's getting them both toe holds. They're both toe holds. This is merciless. She's holding him very, very tightly. Are his shoulders down? We can't see from here. He's got one arm up. She's taking him. He's going for it. She's got him in both of them, putting the pressure on, and that must hurt, ladies and gentlemen. We know that hurts. That's the end of round one, and a pretty grueling round at that. Mac looks hurt. No, he's not hurt. He's back on his feet. These fighters must eat excitement for breakfast.
The hell's with you, Mac? What are you trying to do? Throw the fight?
Ain't that, George? Just all I can think about is her relatives. I mean, she's got a brother they're gonna ship off to Venus, and well, her daddy he's got leprosy, George, and I'm telling you, that is sick.
Sick? What about the Shumways living the rest of their lives in a gutter? That's sick!
All right, George, I swear I'll try.
Okay, it's round two. Here we go. Bugs. Big nets. They're going at this fight level. They're talking to. Oh, they're holding hands now, but there's no friendship. She's got him down. She's got him down. Oh, he's coming back up. He's coming back up. He's coming back. Ah, what's happening? Oh, it's a half Nelson. And he's down. He's down. He's down. Oh, and she's glorifying herself. Come on, Mac, get up. Come on. Come on, Bugs. Go back in there. She's coming after him. She's showing no mercy now. He's got her. Oh, my God. He's got her turned around. There we go. She's free. Oh. Ooh, can you feel that one? Everyone can feel that one, I think. Oh, no, it's a flip. It's a flip, and he is hurt, ladies and gentlemen. I'm afraid Bugs is hurt. No, he's coming around. He's coming around. Oh, she's kicked him. Oh, no. She's pinning him. She's pinning him. He's down there. One.
Come on, Mac.
All right, he's up. That's one. All right, I can't count that. One. Up. One. Two.
Tom, could you help me with something? Yeah. Now, our class called itself the Orators. Now, was our motto achieve the mighty or achieve the great?
I don't know. It doesn't matter anyway. I don't care.
Achieve the mighty. Thank you so much, sweetheart.
Yeah. listen,
Oh, Tom, listen, I forgot to put out the yearbooks. Could you do me a favor and upstairs in the bedroom, could you get them for me?
hey, listen, wait a minute. Did you, do any thinking about what we, talked about last night?
Oh, I've just put that totally out of my mind, just totally.
Well, I think you should think about it.
Oh, well, then I've given it constant thought. Just constant thought. And? Well, there is no end. I mean, you said, take your dream, and I have taken my dream. My dream is, to be in this house with you and Heather and 165 graduates of the Fernwood High School class of 61.
And what about Dennis Foley?
Who? I love you.
I love you too, and I'll get the yearbook,
Oh, God. Fernwood High, we honor thee, alma mater dear. We sing to thee so pridefully, all who gather here. Hi! Hi, I'm Mary Hartman. I'm sorry, but you didn't look that familiar to me. Were you in the German class?
I just want to deliver a package.
Oh, thank God. You know, you look awfully good for our age.
Sign here.
Oh, certainly, I will. You didn't happen to see a large group of people headed this way, did you? About our age?
No?
No?
No.
Oh, well, you see, this is our 16th high school reunion. We missed our 5th, our 10th, and our 15th. So you can imagine how we all are so excited about this particular one, you know.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Well, have fun.
Oh, thank you. See, we were an unusually tight, knit little class, you know what I mean?
Well...
Oh, okay. Second. Here's a little something for your trouble.
Night.
Night. A suitcase. How nice. I don't get it. Dear Mary, please hurry. Niagara Falls is nothing without you. I've sent you everything you need. Love, Dennis. Oh, God. Niagara Falls, one way. Oh, Dennis.
Where is everybody?
Oh, sweetheart, could you do me a favor tonight, and could you be real nice to everyone and make Mommy really proud of you? Could you do that?
You mean like promise?
Yeah.
I don't make promises.
Oh, well, I understand that. Would you like to play maid tonight?
Is everyone here going to be as old as you are?
Well, so yeah, this is my graduating high school class, and they were all my very dear, dear friend. Could you do something else for me? Could you do me a favor and just not say anything mean to anybody? Could you, do you think?
I'll see what I can do.
Thank you very much, sweetheart. I appreciate it. Oh, God. Hi, Marion, Walter, and Ben. Don't you remember me? No, I don't.
Just right on through there, out to the right. Yeah.
That's a first. Yeah.
Oh, Tom, it's just wonderful of you to drop by our class reunion. I mean, even though you graduated 2 years before us.
Well, actually, see, I live here.
Oh, Tom, it's just wonderful of you to have the class reunion in your house. Even though you graduated 2 years before us.
Yeah, well, you see, I'm married to Mary. Mary Shumway. She was in the class.
Oh. Was she the one with the motorcycle?
Carrot stick.
Thank you, Mabel.
Honey,
Mary.
yeah, you can talk to these people. Excuse me 1 minute here, okay?
So, you're the little lady who reeled in old Tom Hartman, huh?
Yeah, I'm that little lady.
Isn't this a terrible party? Oh, I only wish old what's-her-name could have made it.
Mabel.
Mary? Sharon. Sharon?
Sharon McFarland.
Oh, what a looker.
Oh, Sharon, beautiful Sharon. Well, she's up there somewhere right now.
She died?
She's a stewardess.
Tom, listen. We gotta settle something over here.
What?
Buddy,
What?
who had the most home runs in a single season in the history of Fernwood High?
Well, I did. Yeah, right. It was me.
I was right.
Yeah.
So what are you doing now, Tommy? I know you always planned on playing pro ball.
Well, Rover, I'm working right here in Fernwood, yeah.
Hey, well, who can blame you? Athletics is a tough life. And besides, those cushy executive jobs can look mighty appealing.
Yeah, that's true, yeah.
Excuse me, I just overheard you, and it just so happens that Tom Hartman here decided not to play baseball because he thought it would be a very boring thing to do for a living, and he found that really what he wanted to do, was right here in Fernwood. You know that old saying, happiness is in your own backyard?
Who's this?
My wife, his wife. I'm sorry.
Yeah, this is my wife.
Mabel!
Mary.
Mary.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
Carrot stick.
I don't want to live.
Glass of water.
Gotta talk to somebody. Hi.
Oh, do you remember me?
I have no idea who you are. Has the hopeless irony of this evening hit you yet?
Is it the deviled eggs? Because to be honest, I've made better.
I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, now there's a gal who's got it all together. Well, I'm beautiful. I'm obviously bright. So ask me, what am I doing with it all?
What are you doing with it all?
What do you think?
Well,
Nothing. That's what. And it shows, doesn't it?
well, I wouldn't exactly say that at all.
I was voted the girl most likely.
Most likely to what?
I have no idea. Doesn't matter. I wound up not doing anything. Maybe that's what I was most likely to do. Nothing. Just be unhappy.
Yeah, well, see, I, for one, perfectly happy with my own life.
I even saved the money once to go.
Where?
Any place. But I spent it on a 10-speed blender.
Oh, listen, you know, I feel a little uncomfortable talking about this.
Look around this room tonight. Everybody had their dreams. Who went after them? Maybe I could have been whatever. Maybe an actress. Maybe a corporation president. Maybe Tom Hartman could have played baseball.
Tom Hartman is a very happy man. And he's married to a very happy woman. Mary, not Mabel, Mary. Now, Mary's dream was to have a happy home and to have a happy family, and she got it, and she's very, very happy. Very happy. Mary Hartman is so happy, and that's what counts. I mean, it's the real things here that count. It's the real things. You can't just go chase after any silly dream, no matter how much in love with the man you are. You can't just go do something like that. I mean, she happens to have a very good life. I mean, if someone were to go up to her right now and ask her how things are, she'd say, can't complain. That's what she'd say. So don't talk to me about dreams. And, you know, people shouldn't, anyway, they shouldn't want what they can't have. That's it. They should not want what they can't have. And even if it suddenly happens that suddenly they can have something that they thought they couldn't have, they still shouldn't go and take it. They shouldn't go and take it because maybe they shouldn't have it. Maybe it's really wrong for them to have that kind of thing. I mean, I'm not, you know, exactly sure of what I'm talking about right now, but I just know that it's very silly to go after dreams. I mean, that's silly. That's silly. That's for children. That's for children. That's not for grown-ups. That's not for grown-ups. You know, we've all had our chance. We've all had our chance to take our lives and do the best with it that we could. We've all had our chance to find our own happiness in whatever way that we knew how. And if we made a mistake, it's too bad. That's too bad if you make a mistake. You just have to make the best of it, that's all. No one goes back. Nobody goes back. You don't go back on something like this. I, for one, am perfectly happy with the way things turned out. And I'm sorry I'm yelling at you. I mean, I don't even know you.
Tom, when was the last time you took a real close look at your life insurance needs? Hey, and I wouldn't worry about Mabel. Try taking her to lunch. Gals need attention once in a while.
By the way, Tom, what about that story about you and Sharon, you know, after the junior barbecue?
Talking about Sharon McFarland?
Yeah, now, I have heard 100 different versions of that, but I've never heard yours.
Well, Marion, actually, well, it was Mary, really, that was after that junior barbecue, yeah, and,
That was Sharon.
no, it was Mary, and, listen, let me get you some more
thanks,
to, yeah. And there are probably 100 different versions of that story, you know. Mary, we need some more punch. Sweet. Have you seen Mary? You haven't seen Mary? Did you see my wife? Who? Mary. Mabel, my wife, yeah.
Oh, no.
No.
You haven't seen her? Mary? Mary? Mabel?
What is going on? We start this episode with the Capri Lounge with the Bug Massacre Slattery, or Bugs Massacre Slattery, depending on who's saying it, match against Svetlana the Svelte. George is trying to pump Mac up because he's got everything riding on it. But Mac is feeling hesitant at best. And we see Loretta and Charlie and Barth. Barth is going to be officiating the event, or hosting the event at least. he is coming up with ideas for some new show that he's going to do. Possibly a wrestling show in the old school way, and I don't know a lot of wrestling at all before the 1980s. I mean, I understand and I've read some stories, but I didn't watch any of it. But he's looking for old school wrestling and trying to get a beautiful young singer roped into the show. And then the match begins, and we know that Svetlana and Mac both have a lot riding on this. But Svetlana takes him down, and that's match 1, right? If she wins the next one, apparently it's a 2 out of 3 match. If she wins the next one, then we know where things go. And George has to continue to get Mac on board, but he just can't get past all of the stories that Svetlana has told him. Kathy is feeling her aches and pains. That's still awful for her. And we end this match, or we end this scene with a count out, and it only goes to 2, and it freezes. We don't see the result of this match. We have to wait till Monday to find out what happened. A couple of tidbits that I enjoyed from this scene. I really loved Svetlana's sort of, I'm not sure if it was a manager, but basically the woman in curlers just screaming for the match. I loved that Big Al was the bell. I just found this thoroughly entertaining, and I'm very eager to find out what happens. Then we cut over to Tom and Mary and the reunion, and that's where this episode remains for the rest of the time that we're here. They're still getting ready. Mary's putting up signs, and she gets a package. And it took me a second to realize exactly what it was. I mean, I knew it was from Dennis, because who else would send something? But then I saw the shape of it, and when she was unwrapping it, I realized that's a suitcase. And then not only that, it's a suitcase with everything she needs, which apparently is a negligee and a one-way ticket to Niagara Falls. She zips that up and stashes that, and then she asks Heather to be nice to everyone because, Heather can be pretty mean. And then the classmates show up, and no one recognizes Mary, no one at all. And then when we come back to it, still no one recognizes her. They call her Mabel. Everyone remembers Tom, who was 2 years older, I guess, class of 59, I suppose. He was 2 years older, but everyone remembers him for being the star on the field, right? Or, he played basketball. He played a lot of sports, I suppose. But they remember that. They don't remember her, Mary. They remember Tom being with Sharon, but they don't remember or recognize Mary at all. And then Mary sits with a woman who is depressed, who thinks that she could have been more than she was, and feels that she's nothing. And Mary goes on the offensive here, because she thinks, in the speech at least, she says that it's stupid to follow the dream. That even if you have the chance to be something more, you shouldn't. And that's exactly opposite of what this woman has suggested. She goes on a rant about how her dream was to be in that house with Tom and her family. Heather, she just blows away the idea. She explodes the idea that going for something more than that is good at all. And that stops the entire party. Everyone sees exactly what Mary is doing. Tom sees what Mary is saying. And then the speech is over, and everyone just kind of blows it off like nothing really happened. And Tom goes to look for Mary, and she's not there. And we see the suitcase that she had stashed is also gone. And Tom goes out to look for Mary and doesn't find her. I have no idea what to expect. We still have 2 weeks of this series. What are we doing? What's going on? Yes, Tom gave her permission, and she told him that she's going to stay. She said that her dream, she told Tom that her dream was to be with him. And I guess Monday is going to have to tell us where this is landing, but it looks like Mary has run. So it's time again to address the question of the week. And, for this, I'm just going to use my own responses, partially because I omitted these characters during the first run of, sympathetic side characters. And the surprise that I want to bring up is related to the McCulloughs, who were the family to move into the house that the Fedders used to live in. When we meet them, we're introduced to two brothers, Ed and Howard McCullough, and mother Betty. And we don't really know exactly what's going on with them, but apparently they've had to move a lot. Of course, the McCulloughs take up friendships with Tom and Mary respectively, and they become really good friends to Tom and Mary. And there are big questions about what those friendships mean. And there's obviously more to that story, but I hate to spoil things. So if you're interested in finding out about the McCulloughs, I guess you can watch this episode. And hey, I mentioned a couple of times this week that I'd be bringing up a surprise today. It's related to one of the surprises that many of our characters have been running into this week, and that is Barth Gimble. So I guess I should announce that I'm planning to watch Fernwood tonight and America tonight. I still don't have access to Forever Fernwood, except for the first episode that's up on YouTube, but I've got plenty on my plate as it is. So this show, Good Evening Fernwood, will be changing after we watch the end of Mary Hartman, because, hey, we'll be watching something completely different in that world. I don't know. I think the show is going to be very different because it doesn't have quite the same continuity, but I am looking forward to watching something and laughing with y'all. I don't know exactly what the shape of my contribution will be. I will be watching, of course, and reacting. And I guess I hope that you all come along with me. So everyone, thank you so much for watching with me. Thank you so much for leaving your thoughts, feelings, and impressions in the comments. Thank you for listening to this fable of Mary Hartman. And we will see you next week in Fernwood.